They're not going live. Yes, yes, yes. Good evening, people. It's your boy Gumza. I'm joined by the main man, Canners. It's a fresh week. We're hoping for a fresh Arsenal team. Arsenal, please, 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 please do something special this week. But we're going to get into it. It's the preview. And wait, wait, what's up in there? I'm so sorry. My laptop's having a mare. I don't know it. Here we go. Yes, yes, yes. Good evening, people. It's the preview show. It's a big, big week for Arsenal. Massive week. Two huge
100.
games. And actually, sometimes these are the games you might need to get yourself back in to some rhythm. Games speak for themselves. Chelsea and United coming up. But we're going to focus on Chelsea. This is the game in hand, which we've had sitting there for ages. It
Yeah.
looked at what stage we were going to go into that game in hand with fourth place. It's kind of we could afford to lose it. The previous three games have completely flipped that on its head. It's now a must-win game to kind of keep our top four hopes alive. I know we've got obviously to play United and Tottenham, the rivals for the fourth place, but this will go a long way if we can get something out of this game going into United on the weekend. So, Canners, how you feeling first and foremost?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. It's been a great bank holiday weekend. Um, well, apart from obviously the obvious result on the Saturday, but yeah, listen, I'm looking forward to this. All right, the thing is, we just can't lose.
Mm.
I don't mind if we draw. That's, do you know what I mean? We now got to start getting points on the table. Got to get, what we need is one of those really kind of dogged performances, you know what I mean, to kind of start grinding our way back into some kind of form, and I think this will go a long way in doing that. Can't listen, man. It's a London derby. It's against Chelsea. They, yes, fair enough. They've just had an FA Cup semi and they've won that, but they've also been knocked out of Europe. So do you know what? Listen, we can get at them. And I think, do you know what? We just can't lose. Full stop. We cannot afford to lose these run of games. We can't afford to lose.
Somehow you got to put a stop to it, haven't you? Whether it's a win or a draw, you've almost just got to put a stop to the defeats.
And that's
Again,
the
a
aim.
clean sheet would go a long, long way to
Yeah.
help with some confidence.
Yeah.
Because again, I think it's since Tierney and Partey both been injured, we've shipped in a lot of goals. We haven't scored as many. We're still controlling games. There was I was listening to TalkSport on the way up to football this morning, and they compared our result against Southampton to Chelsea's, and possession wise, and in areas we had the same amount as Chelsea, even more. So attacking possession in the middle, we had more.
The
Than
thing is,
Chelsea.
though, is that
Sorry,
Chelsea
just
have a
quickly,
goal threat.
they only had one more shot than us.
Yeah.
But they scored 6 and we didn't score. And that's different. And again, and it's not just one goal threat because Lukaku was meant to be the main threat. And they've now resorted to actually taking him back out, and there's goals all over the pitch. So it's just that killer instinct is maybe what we're lacking. They said they had one more shot and one more shot on target than we did, or something like that, and they scored 6 and we only scored 0. So there lies our problems. It's not just one player, because again, it's not like Chelsea have got a 40-goal season, man, a 30-goal season, man. That is shared amount amongst Reece James, Mount, Havertz. Werner's now back on the score sheet. Loftus-Cheek's chipping in with a few goals. Ziyech is popping up with some. So yeah, they're spreading their goals out a bit. But again, they have a lot of they have a deeper squad than what we have. So
Well, you say that, but I mean, I don't know. Yes, quality-wise, I would say their squad's deeper. You know, I keep saying this, and I maintain that once one of our first 11 goes, the drop off in quality is not it's a vast chasm. Do you know what I mean? It's huge.
Do you reckon there's anywhere on the pitch where we don't have that big drop off? Like, I think right back Cedric's done okay.
Yeah, but even still, though, it's like
and there's still a drop. But is there anywhere? I think the only position I would say we don't grumble as much.
Keeper?
Yes, we still miss one or the other. Is I would say keeper. And I think there's still a drop off with the distribution.
Oh yeah. No, there is a drop off. But is it
Smith Rowe and Martinelli? I think that's the only position where we don't really grumble if one's not starting. And Martinelli
at the moment, neither are doing very well at this point in time.
But I think that's the one position where we think, I think we don't actually need cover as such. Yeah. Like, if you can go into a game and I'm not really, you're splitting hairs.
Or play, If either or play, you're not really, You do you know what I mean?
I think, apart from that, I think that's the only position really where I'd say, again, you look at Chelsea sometimes and you watch and you think, how can you drop Kovacic sometimes? Or City, you're like, how's Gundogan not in this team? Or Bernardo, how's he? And then you look what's playing, you think, oh, I can see why he's not in the team. Where
exactly, that's the thing. So personnel, numbers wise, we're probably all right, but it's the quality that we have in reserves that is nowhere near up to par. If you look at it, really, there's only, I would say, probably one player that gets into all three Chelsea, Liverpool, and City first 11, and that would be Thomas Partey.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on. I've been saying for a while he hasn't had the greatest season, but he's still our best player.
Yeah.
Not saying he's going to win Player of the Season. He's far from that this year, but he is our best player, like actual for quality wise.
Yeah,
he is, and you've seen it for a few months. And again, sometimes with these players, you see it more when they're not playing. You realize how good they are when they're not there. And I think this is really showing and telling for Arsenal at the moment. But we need to find a way to kind of win without him.
We have to. We have to deal with it. Just going like, these players don't play for us and they've never existed. We have to find a way to play. Mm-hmm. If we want any kind of finish to the season, we've got to start picking up or putting in big performances, and that starts on Wednesday.
Definitely.
There's no ifs or buts about it. Character now it's what it's about. Back-to-back 4 losses. Sheesh.
And I think would that be 5 and 6?
Yeah.
Well.
So what kind of questions? I mean, it would then start the whole question about the whole. Is he the right man to take us forward? Is this, sackable kind of performances that what he's producing, what he's getting out of the team?
My issue is, again, this may be the coach inside of me. I don't think he's under any pressure, and for me personally, I'm not putting him under any pressure either. From a personal perspective, if I was the chairman, I wouldn't, because actually I could see what we've been calling for as a style of play, a system, dominating games. And again, I brought the Chelsea game up just now. We're dominating the game, and we're dominating most games as well. There's only really the Palace and Liverpool game where I said we got dominated since Christmas. Even the City game, we dominated that and should have come out with a result.
That was probably our best performance.
So to me, the fine margins aren't actually the system or how he's got us playing. It's now down to individual performances. So someone like
chances, just taking, being ruthless.
Yeah. So now, if you now replace, say, 4 of our players with 4 players of better quality, these games could look a lot different. Do you know what I mean? So this is where actually, is it the manager or is it the players maybe just aren't good enough? And that's fine. Like, do you know what I mean? It's sometimes you have to accept what you've got isn't better than other teams. Yes, we should be still beating Southampton and Brighton. Let's not get it twisted. But actually, if you now said, right, we said we're replacing Saha with Pepe, straight away that ups your quality again. So a game that is sticky, he's going to give you something. Darwin Núñez instead of Lacazette or Eddie Nketiah probably gives you something extra. Then again, a Tillemans instead of Xhaka, Basuma
It's
instead
just
of
little percentages, isn't
Lokonga.
it? All over the park.
It changes everything. Do you know what I mean? And you've seen that with Leno and Ramsdale. Leno's not a bad keeper, but you've seen the improvement with Ramsdale coming in. Bellerin and Tomiyasu, you've seen the improvement. Tierney, Tavares, you see the improvements. Partey, Lokonga, you see the improvements. So again, it could just. I don't think let's say stylistically. I've been saying it for ages. I've watched other teams, i.e., I've watched Tottenham United, and I always compare it to them because they are our closest rivals. They don't always dominate games. So you
No.
might win because you have Ronaldo, you have Son, you have Kane, you have Bruno, but you're not dominating the game. And that to me is more telling. You might win more games than this year, but actually your system's not right. And if Ronaldo starts scoring, where your goals coming from? If Son or Kane get injured, now you've got a problem. So to me, the system is probably more important at this moment than some of the results, because we could all see with 3 extra players, the difference that could make. And we've seen that in our back line this year. Like we've had a lot of clean sheets. We're up there with clean sheets with a lot of the other teams. Do you know what I mean?
It's just that when we concede 2s and 3s. That's the problem at the moment.
And also we don't score enough as well, because
you
could lose a game. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool conceded 2 against the other day, but still managed to get a win or got a draw.
Same with Man U.
So if the other side is, and maybe it's too much pressure on the defense because they seem to have to keep a clean sheet for us to win a game. Whereas actually you can concede 2, but if your strikers are scoring 3s and 4s, then
you're right.
2 goals, you're not really worried about that.
You can play with the handbrake off, so to speak.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I'm not sure. Where are we gonna beat Chelsea? That's the thing, man. It's just one of those.
Where do you reckon their weak spot is at the moment? They seem to have moved to a 4 of late. Where do you identify their weak spot? Again, personnel-wise, they seem to have changed quite a bit. Werner's getting more minutes. Loftus-Cheek's playing a whole lot more. Where do you think we get at them?
It's definitely not midfield. I think. Oh God, do you know what? It probably have to be down the wings. It would have to be.
Which side you say? I'd say you target their left side.
Yeah.
Stay away from Reece James.
If they play Alonso, then I think that would be good for us.
Yeah.
However, I have a feeling that they might play Azpilicueta.
Either him or is it Sarr, the other guy they got in last year?
Chilwell.
No, Sarr. Is it Sarr? The left back they got from France. He's like a left centre back, but he can play.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but
I'm hoping it's Alonso.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's Alonso. And I think that with them being at home, it's a good chance it could be, because they could probably want to try and go for it, be a bit more attacking. The problem for us is that James, though, is on the right, and that's probably where we're weakest, on our left. Where the problem is that he might play again, Saka on the left with Tavares. And then I'd like to see, I don't know, I'd like to see Pepe having a start, to be honest. Do you know what? And even probably play one of Martinelli or Smith Rowe up top. I know you're an Nketiah kind of guy. I just think we need to kind of probably retain possession, have people. I don't know, but definitely, I think if he plays Saka on the left, I think it would probably be best to play Pepe on the right.
Do you think this could be a game where, again, you start playing styles? This might be the game where we think we're actually going to concede possession. We haven't got Partey in the middle, so it's a big role for Lokonga.
In that case, then it would suit Martinelli, right?
So, do you play Martinelli up front and just try and hit them on the counter? Do you play Pepe, Saka, Martinelli, and just try and play a bit more counter-attacking style? I'm not opposed to it. A game like this, I think you could easily do it. And actually, if they are playing 4 at the back, again, if Thiago's in there, he has been good. Same as Christensen, but they're not the quickest, them two.
Ed Christensen might be going Barca.
Yeah, he might be going Barca. Yeah, but he played on Saturday. So again, I would presume it would be Rudiger and Thiago, but Christensen played in the semi-final. So, again, it's question marks, isn't it? But definitely on that left side, whoever's got that left side role has got a big job to do on Reece James.
That's a problem. That's a problem area.
And even Werner, he's not the most clinical, but his pace creates a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So again, if it is Cedric on that side, he has to be switched on. But again, this could be. We saw this game last season where we thought he was going to get hammered. We didn't touch the ball and won 1-0. The year before that, was it the 2-2 where Martinelli went on? Is it Martinelli went on that crazy run?
That's right.
Where we had 10 men. So yeah, we've done not too bad against Chelsea.
As long as we can dig in, everyone puts in the shift, and that stand us up well against United come the weekend. But the thing is that we potentially could lose against Chelsea and then lose against United. That'd be 5 on the spin. I mean, questions got to be asked then, man, about what is going on.
Definitely.
I don't know. Is losing 5 sackable these days?
Not for me. It depends where you are. If we was now 7th place, just kind of like
meandering along kind of thing.
But again, you put that run in perspective. We went how many unbeaten before this? Do you know what I mean? It's a bad little run, but
it's more than a bad run at the moment. Losing 3 on a spin is nigh on catastrophic at the moment for a club like Arsenal. You don't lose 3 in a spin.
But I think, I said I'm not one to. I hope that sounds like I'm just caping for Arteta, but I think, as I said, for me, if you watch the game at base level, we're dominating things. We're just not taking chances, and we're conceding silly little goals. And these things can be neatened up very quickly. Again, a goal scorer, you 2 go in at our end.
Yeah.
Also, you don't even concede none of them because the team's confidence is in the bin, and it's just those little moments, you know what I mean, of just killing teams off, not giving them a chance to come back, putting that fear in teams. So actually, when teams are now coming to you, they're thinking, I don't even want to play Arsenal at the moment, and all of a sudden, they now start a bit slow because they're on the back foot straight away. It's just those little things where I think teams probably feel we haven't really got to worry about that side as much. We can implement our game plan because it takes them a lot of chances to score one or a real one-on-one presentable chance. Like any half chance, they're not taking at the moment. So
and that's a problem which we've got to sort out.
But system-wise, I'm happy with the system. We're dominating games. We are creating some little chances, not enough, but we're dominating games. Under Emery, I think you remember it, we was getting slapped 20-something chances against Brighton, conceded. Every team should have scored 5 against us, and it was just Leno was keeping us in games. So at that level, when you look at it from that perspective, for me, we're dominating games. Most games we play, we dominate. It's now just that fine tuning to to score more goals, and that will happen, I think. But let's move on. Let's get to some comments because there's a lot in here we ain't caught up. So Big Dogs is here. How you keeping?
Yes, Big Dog.
He's saying the next 2 he's predicting 0 out of 6 points. We just hope not.
That'll be 0 out of 15.
That sounds horrible. That sounds horrible. Silver Fox is saying he reckons we'll play a back 3 of Gabriel, White, and Lacazette. He's the best defensive striker in the world, Lacazette. And switch it round and Rob Holding up top. He said he'd rather Holding up top than Lacazette and Eddie can't shoot in Ketia. Leave my Eddie alone. Benchwarmers podcast is here.
Yes, Neil, what are you saying,
good evening. Hey, everything's well. I said that we can get 3rd. Unfortunately, I was very wrong. Is this as far as Mikel Arteta can take this team? We don't have a clutch players and the managers are inexperienced. Then this is what we kind of spoke about earlier. Maybe if we put a clutch player in there, that becomes 3rd place, what we've been doing. Because system-wise, we've been dominating teams. So imagine if Lacazette was hitting Ronaldo's numbers. What we're talking about then. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's where we've got to look at things.
Then he can stop dreaming about Champions League football then, innit?
Yeah. We have to remember Mikel has not been in this position at this time of the season, and Arsenal has been a very expensive test drive.
It's true.
Yeah, I can't deny it, but at the same time,
That's the raw truth. At the end of the day, it's a tough one because I can see things happening on the pitch. Listen, you take Xhaka and Partey out of our team, and we've got an average rating of just over 23 years, right? The youngest team, and they're doing stuff, and they are doing bits. Maybe this is the byproduct of having such a young team, is that we are going to fall off, at this point in the season. They've never been through it. They've never been, playing for a big club like this and with the weight of expectation. And also as well, I mean, they're bloody young. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just something which I guess this season will be, I guess we can't be too reactionary because this is a season for them to bed in. Sprinkle a couple of, I'll probably say we need about for another 4 players coming in. There might be a couple of going out, but we probably need at least 4 players to come in to bolster that squad. Mix, obviously, if we get into Europa, you play a lot of the youngsters, younger youngsters, mixed in with, some of the new, bed them in. But it's a tough one, man, because losing 5, potentially we could be losing 5 on the spin. And I've seen a lot of managers go at that point.
Yeah.
Even losing 3 on the spin and not looking like they're going to score. We've got to stop the rot on Wednesday. There's no ifs or buts or maybes. It's got to be stopped on Wednesday.
100%.
If we can't win, we don't lose.
That's the key. That's the key. What's Big Dog saying? We've got 3 points off the Big 6 this year. Yeah, I'm hearing people say we started to compete. And I'm probably one of them because, again, I'm looking at things from a match perspective rather than a results perspective. Yeah. So actually, you take away the Liverpool, I think they're the only team that really hand it to us most times. Chelsea, again, that was the first 3 games of the season. It wasn't the okay, tomorrow will be the test. Wednesday, sorry, we'll see how far away we are from them. United, I'm frustrated at. Like that game, we should have.
Even the Man City at home, I was frustrated at.
Yeah, but Man City, when we did play very, very well, and I think that's where people say we're starting to compete a little. Those teams Man City and Liverpool used to just roll us over, turn up, roll us over. Chelsea the same. And again, when we have won against Chelsea, I wouldn't say we were competing. We were defensively very strong, and we nicked something. Like I think there's a big difference to actually. Again, when you watch City and Liverpool go at it, they go toe to toe. And it's an equal game.
You play, we play. You play, we play.
Yeah, whereas Tottenham beat City, but it's not an equal game. This is Tottenham caught them on the break. And once Tottenham get ahead, they're very lethal on the break. But, you know what I mean? Tottenham need to score first to be in with a chance of beating you. Whereas Liverpool and City, Liverpool can go behind to City and end up winning still. So I think that's the difference. It's not, for me, it's not about points. It's about how you're playing with those teams. And if them teams respect you when they turn up, do you know what I mean? I think that's the difference in levels.
We just need to get the confidence levels back up with our team.
Yeah.
And that can start. Maybe playing away from home might be a good thing. I don't know. In a London derby, I don't know. Maybe pressure might be off. But if we don't get a result or anything out of this Chelsea game, I'll be going on Saturday to the Emirates for the United game. So I don't know, is it Saturday or Sunday? I think it's 23rd.
Saturday. It's 12:30 kickoff Saturday.
Yeah. So I will wonder what the atmosphere will be like.
Yeah,
you was there for the Brighton game, right?
Good. Yeah. And
it was so flat,
quiet.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was so flat.
Yeah, I think the only nice thing I heard was when Nuno come to warm up and the fans were singing his name. Yeah. After obviously the game he had before against Palace, I think that was the loudest thing I heard in the first half.
But it was so flat. It was just like I was thinking to myself, this ain't good.
No,
the crowd was flat. The players were flat.
And sometimes it needs a tackle to get everyone going.
Yeah,
fans can do more to try and get the team lifted, but we're waiting for the team to inspire us to get going. And
exactly,
But again, this is where you need your derby games sometimes. Like that won't happen against United. That is going to be rocking from start to finish. So hopefully that will be enough there to push us on.
Just one thing: is the think the sanction's still on where we won't have any away fans there? Can they still not sell tickets?
Chelsea. Oh, I'm not too sure actually. I'm not too sure. Yeah, do you know? I'll Google it. Or if someone knows, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
We allow fans at Stamford Bridge tomorrow on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm really not sure. Really not sure. So I'm just gonna keep going through these comments. We'll come back to that, big dog. 250 mil spent under Arteta, and we still haven't got top 4.
It's 150 though, isn't it?
I think that was just in the summer, just gone. Well, the summers before, I think he's referring to like the Partey transfer.
Did he spend 100 mil the summer before?
Well, I think throughout the season, I think. Not too sure. I reckon it must be in and around that. It must be in and around that. But again, we was that far behind though. So yes, I understand where he's coming from, and you have to remember all these teams still strengthen the same time we're trying to strengthen. It's not like anyone sits still and lets us catch up. Yeah, everyone's on the move, and we tried to do our rebuild a bit slower, but we're still ahead of some. So time will tell. Hopefully, it won't take much longer. Just also, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, lastminute.com, but there's another show this evening, 9:30 p.m. Gunner King Court. He's joined by Chelsea fan Lambs React.
Oh, that should be interesting.
That should be a good show. That should be a good show. Is London blue or red? I know Gunner King's for it, and I know he's stacked with load of information. So, guys, make sure you're liking, subscribing. Again, if you're coming to this one late, please comment afterwards if you catch the stream late. I'll be on there today or tomorrow reacting and replying to you guys as well. So, yeah, keep the content coming. We love it. We love the interaction with the fans, man. It's really nice. It makes the show so much better for us as well.
Listen, so you guys in the comment section, yeah, the guys in the comment section is what make this, man. It gets us going, and it's good to see you guys interacting with each other and with us as well. So thank you.
Definitely. Just here quickly, big dogs. Yeah, thank you for this one. I saw it just before we come on the stream. So Ronaldo, thoughts and prayers to you and your family. Yeah.
You can't even you can't even put that into words really.
What else are going through?
Horrendous.
Thoughts and prayers to all of him, his family and friends and loved ones, because they'll be going through it.
No matter what you think of him football wise, he's a human being at the end of the day, first and foremost. And the thing is that going through something like that is I can't even start to think what he's going through. But yeah, thoughts and prayers to his family, his girlfriend. Just hopefully that he can pull it together. Really.
Definitely. So I'm sure there'll be some nice tributes for them going forward, and
100.
Just well wishes, thoughts and prayers from myself and everyone here at the Armory TV.
100%.
These things put perspective what football is in it, and
it just shows you exactly.
The whole world will come together.
Football doesn't even
Definitely. But right, we're going to keep rattling through some of these comments. They're going off, and then we've got to do a lineup and a prediction. So I like this one. Nothing good comes from Nketiah. Pepe is a baller that needs to be used right.
Yeah, man.
Nketiah, 14 matches, 0 goals, 1 assist.
Oh, wow.
But let's put it in perspective. A lot of them are probably 5 minutes off the bench. So if you put that into minutes, it probably doesn't look half as bad as that. I think he's only started 2 games.
My man didn't even look like troubling the scoring on Saturday. The
week before, when he hit the crossbar, he looked all right when he come off the bench.
Listen, get me on there, man. I could have run about just a little bit.
He still got
I could have done a bit.
Yeah. Big Dogs is saying he'd rather Emery than Arteta.
I don't know about that, man, because I tell you, when his time was coming to an end, it was just like, this ain't getting. But this is bad. It was
bad. But I do think Arteta had a better backing than Emery in terms of Arteta's kind of come in and said, I don't want Ozil, and the board said, okay, fine, you can get rid. Whereas I think under Emery, it was more of a, you've got to try and get this guy in your team. So I think Arteta's had a lot more license than Emery did. So maybe if Emery had what Arteta had, he probably would be doing a better job. We've seen what he's done at the clubs in Spain.
He is doing a better job, isn't it, with Villarreal?
Mm-hmm. He's doing well. Semi-final of the Champions League. Won UEFA Cup last year, so he's doing well.
How does he do it? And what went so wrong with us?
Pyro's here. But again, I just think he
Yes.
came into a cesspool of a club at the time and wasn't given the real license to do what he wanted to do with it. Do you know what I mean? He had so many. We thought Arteta had some battles. At least the board backed Arteta with the battles to get rid of some of the players. Whereas it looked like Emery was just given what they wanted to give him. Again, we've heard the story about Pepe and Saha. He wants Saha. They go and get him Pepe, and it's just these little things made it very difficult for him probably. And then I think the players just down tools. Like I think they knew his time was going to come to an end. They was going to outlast him. So yeah, they just done what they done. Whereas I think under Arteta, as said, the board have allowed Arteta to get rid of anyone that has down tools. Arteta's been able to get them out, whereas Emery wasn't allowed to. So makes a difference.
Mate, you need to rattle some of these out because this is like...
You know, I'm trying to calculate. There's a load.
Yeah.
We've got Benchwarmers saying we're a house of cards at the moment. Pyro's Destiny saying let a proper manager take us to the next level. Yeah, you lot are harsh, man. Vieira in, not gonna lie, and you weren't agree, but if you end up not being able to get top four, I'd rather us have a woeful end to the season so Arteta gets sacked. I'm not for it. I'm gonna stand on my ledge with Mikel, man. He best prove me right though. That's what I'm saying. He's got a few months into the next season. Pyro said we need a proven manager. I think people don't realize how bad we were, and I think this is the problem. I think. Like, I get it. We all want top four. We are all frustrated that we're losing them kind of games. We should be beating Brighton, Palace, Southampton, at least one. Minimum of two, we should have won two of them. But
that's like, take 3 bites of this cherry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But so when you look around what other teams are doing, Tottenham have got a world-class manager. World-class. Like, there's no doubt about it. World-class manager. They've got, I wouldn't say better all-round 11, but they've definitely got players in there who are better than ours. When you look at an attack, that front three.
Listen, I would just go to say probably the top two, Son and Kane, yes, and the 2 new guys that they've got in. Other than that,
I would say Partey would get in, but I think Højbjerg and Bentancur are both better than Xhaka. And Romero is a very, very good defender. And then I think
is he better than White and is he better than White and Gabriel?
I would say I think Romero is better. I think Romero is quality. He's very good, man. I just think he's
better than both.
Bad. I think if you put him with a better centre back, you'll probably see a lot better Romero. But I think he's in.
And both our fullbacks, Tomiyasu and Tierney.
I think that's where we're stronger. Well. I think that's the areas we're stronger.
And Saka, Martinelli, Smith-Rowe.
Saka and Kulusevski's a battle, but I wouldn't put. If I had to go into one game this season and you give me a choice of Son or Martinelli, I'm picking Son all day long.
Yeah, okay,
okay. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying Saka might hit them levels, Martinelli might hit them levels, but at this moment in time, going into a match with Son, Kane, and Kulusevski or Saka, Martinelli, Lacazette, it's a no-brainer. Do you know what I mean? So, and Conte's world class, and even he's still getting it wrong at times, losing games. Yeah. So, yeah, it's bigger. It's bigger than what we think. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. It's a results business. The only stat that matters is the goals. Yeah, I understand that fully.
It's all the W's and the L's and the D's.
Yeah, but again, sometimes you can be reactionary and you can end up in a worse position. So for me, we've seen what he's done. He's done defense first. He's put a little bit in midfield, but not much. So for me,
okay, answer me this then, Gumster. Answer me this. Who's in world football right now? Who you would say who possibly could be available, right, as a manager? Who would you say the best out there is?
Do you know, I Nagelsmann maybe.
Okay, let's just say Nagelsmann.
It sounds like Ten Hag. It sounds like Ten Hag's going United. So that's
Okay, if Nagelsmann then was up now and he said that I want Arsenal, blah 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 blah. Would you want him instead of Arteta?
No.
Wow.
No. And everyone's going to say I'm mad for it. I don't just yet. I don't feel he's lost the dressing room. And to say system-wise, we're dominating a lot of games.
So if we lose... when is when for you then? Because I think 5 on a spin is very much up for grabs.
I'm going to let him see out this season regardless of what happens. Because I think even if you bring another manager in with what we've got, it's just going to end up in the same way again. So, and again, I know this new manager will get a transfer window. And again, it's obvious we're going to have to buy attackers because we've got none left at the end of the season. Because Lacazette's made it very clear that he won't be around to come the end of the season, and Eddie hasn't signed either. So we're definitely going to be getting attacking players in. But
what do you make of
yeah,
that?
for me, the Lacazette.
The timing's not great.
Bad timing. Bad timing. At the end of this run we're on, where actually we could have been getting top 4, and now you're part of the team that's
what I'm saying. It kind of sounds like to me that he's conceded. He said, like, we're not getting top 4. Fuck that. I want out. And I'm talking to a lot of teams.
And I have to be honest, because I give Xhaka a lot of criticism when he does things. And it reminded me of that comment Xhaka come out with last year. It was a bad season, but on a personal note, I think I've done well. It's like, hold on. Like, you think you've done well, really? But not even that. It's a team effort, and we're dying out here. So, yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, even if Arsenal get top 4, you know, I will be moving on. I'd respect that a bit more than saying I'm looking for a Champions League. I know he hasn't said I'm looking for a Champions League club, but he said I'm talking to Champions League teams in the Champions League, and
he says that he misses it.
Helpful. Yeah, I don't think it's helpful at this time where we are on the back of 3 games without winning. Like, top 4 was in our grasp, and now we're relying on others slipping up again.
Yeah, I hope that it was in French and he's been something's been missed in translation there, because it doesn't sound good, and it doesn't sound good for the dressing room. Because I would look at someone talking like that, I'd say, I don't trust you on the pitch, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we've got to die to score a goal, I don't trust that you will do your all to get in there.
Yeah. And again, your scoring record hasn't been great again this year.
It's
and you're
nowhere near great.
And your club captain at the moment as well. So
yeah, what is it? I swear that club captain, that armband's cursed.
At the moment, yeah. I think that's why Emery wanted 5 of them. So if one messed up one week, the other one could have slot in. But
it is properly cursed. I mean, it's there's no one taking on that armband and fulfilling it with any kind of distinction. Yes, DWTT.
DWTT's here. How you keeping, bruv? You all right? So we're still trying to rattle through the comments. You lot have been going crazy.
Go on, you rattle through.
Making Mourinho looking like a positive player manager. So that I don't agree with, because we're dominating games, we're just not scoring, and that's completely different than a Mourinho part of the bus masterclass. So leave Arteta alone. You lot are so harsh, man. If we lose these 2 next games, either excuses will come out, which is more likely, or fans will turn. I think fans are gone, but I'm still here. I'm here. You lot got to deal with me. I'm here. If anyone wants to challenge me, feel free. No goals in Premier League versus top 3. That don't sound good. Hopefully tomorrow.
No, we got Man
Wednesday,
City.
sorry.
We scored against Man City.
Yeah, we scored 1 against City, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
We've scored 1 goal in 7 games
there you go.
versus top 3. Our level is so low. This don't sound good, does it? Even in Mr. Spark. I'm still trying. Not even a
court,
slip over a goal.
So what's the thing in Rocky? The gif in Rocky on Rocky 5 where throw the damn towel.
Throw the towel.
Comes about throw the damn towel.
I'm here for it. And again, this is the thing I was talking about. This thing here, what he's saying, I totally agree with. Not even a sniff over a goal. Same predictable offensive play patterns, trying to overload the wings and cross into nobody. Same could be said against City.
Yeah.
But the difference is they have world-class players who just make the difference. And this is exactly what I'm saying about system. If your system's right and you then have the quality, someone who's going to give you that little bit extra or do something special or put one in the top bins. Like, when was the last time you've seen a worldie of a goal from outside the box without a deflection? Like, do you know what I mean? Just those little things there.
Probably Saka's against Watford. That was it.
Yeah. And even that weren't really a worldie. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So again, you got Ruben Neves on the edge of the box or Ward-Prowse. All of a sudden, teams now panic. All of a sudden, as a centre back, you now come out of position because you feel I've got to close that shot down. Now the slip ball's on. So it's just these players who unsettle things. So again, if De Bruyne gets the ball, what do you think as a back line you're doing? You're moving. When Trent gets the ball out wide, it's creating fear where actually a right back now overcompensates to try and stop Trent, which creates.
Well, the problem with us is that we've been over-reliant on Saka.
Yeah. 100%. And this is why I think someone like Saha would have been amazing for us because he's just
to take that weight off him.
Yeah, just so unpredictable. But again, time will tell. Hopefully, we do get some players in. And you never know. You never know. London is red. Big Dogs, I'm still with you.
At the moment, man, it's blue. Brighton have killed both North London clubs.
Big Dogs is here. Eddie's put in 6 figures in Gums' bank account monthly. NKF played 269 minutes and has one-on-one with a goalkeeper. ES off the bench has done better. Okay. You lot don't like Eddie. Eddie's gonna come good for Brighton next season. But the comments are going wild. I'm gonna keep this banging through. I did want him gone at the time, but if I knew Arteta was coming, he would have kept Emery. I think dressing room was gone as well at that time. He wanted Fabinho and Maguire, I think, and yeah, Fabinho I think would have been amazing for us. Maguire, yeah, I'm glad we didn't get him.
Yeah, we missed dodged the bullet on that one.
Yeah. So Silver Fox is saying Wednesday front line ESR Martinelli Pepe.
Yeah.
No Saka.
Oh.
Darwin Núñez to Newcastle.
What the hell?
Sign Chris Wood. Oh dear. Anyway, do you know what? Let's done with the comments because there's so many in there. You guys are wild. I'm gonna jump back in the comments afterwards, you lot. Here we go. This is a good one. Gumza doesn't want a better manager. Arsenal went out and got Ramsdale, even though Leno did a job because they wanted better. There are better managers than Arteta. Or is it because the players aren't good enough? So I'll go push back again. Is it the players aren't good enough? So as I said earlier, we had one less shot than Chelsea against.
Yeah, but where was we shooting from? Where was we shooting from?
There was a lot in the box. There was a few outside, but there was a lot in the box.
Yeah.
Possession-wise, we're dominating more. Again, now if you put better players in there, so this is why it's maybe buying Arteta a bit of time. Maybe he's identified actually this is where we need to go next in the summer. We've seen the improvements we made defensively with the signings we made, so actually we could do the same going forward. And like you said, it is a young team. We have to allow for.
The question is then, who has the ultimate say on the manager? Is it Edu? Is it Vinay? Is it Josh?
Ooh, I don't know, to be fair. I actually don't know because I think it would be Josh and Vinay maybe because Arteta's job changed, didn't it? After his first
he was head coach to manager, right?
Yeah. So director of football, I can't imagine it. I think it would be a boardroom above. I think it would be between them, to be fair. It'd be interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
DWTT saying the Deadwood is gone. Now let someone else do a better job, i.e. Tuchel. I hear you, but let's let him bring some players in first. Let's give him the strikers. If he's still struggling, then
everyone Gums is not having it.
I'm not moving from this perch. I'm here. Mr. K saying London is a colourblind. Is that because we saying London is red? Ah, dear. Benchwarm was saying Laka wants UEFA Champions League football. What a joke.
That's embarrassing. Him coming up like that, I tell you, embarrassing.
It's the same as like if Xhaka was to say the same thing, it would drive me mad because it's like we haven't seen top 4 since you got to the club. Like, you can't come out and do that. Mr. K saying top 4 is Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea, and nailed down every season. That leaves one position for the foreseeable future. Man U, Arsenal, Tottenham be fighting out regular. Throw in Wolves. You could throw in West Ham. You could throw in Leicester as well.
Yeah, everyone's forgetting West Ham, man. Because look, listen, West Ham could make Champions League football anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're odds on to do it. To be honest,
they're not looking too bad, man. So I think they're gonna sacrifice the league. To make sure
probably, but
they do the job in Europe. So
you got to tip your hat to them. Do you know what I mean? It's like flipping it. They're doing bits, man. They've just quietly gone about their business in the Europa League. You just got West Ham in Champions League. Bloody hell!
And they deserve it over the 2 seasons. They actually deserve it for me.
They do. To be fair,
they've been very good over the last 2 years. So fair play to them.
I'd like the thoughts of Jesse Lingard if they do make it.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant if they get there and United don't. Gumzo's on the hill, bodies everywhere, fire everywhere, but he sees a small patch of land. I'm there, mate. All I need is I just need a little bit of comfort, just a little zone, just a little bit, just a little patch. I can lay my head.
Damn towel!
I'm there comfortable. I'm riding out with you, Arteta. Do not let me down. But yeah, and just like this last comment before we get on to the next bit, it's a miracle we still have a mathematical chance,
I
and
know.
that also speaks to how bad the others are with us. So we're not in here alone.
9 points we've dropped. 9 points.
Mm. But again, this is the short-term memory though, because I think people forget the run Tottenham was on a few weeks ago, and
Yeah.
I'm not even just trying to pick at them. Against Newcastle, they didn't start well. They got themselves back. It should have been 3 or 4-1 down at half-time. Villa were missing.
Yeah. Oh, Gums, are you there? Oh, I think Gums has gone. So let me pick it up. Let me go through some of these. Right. Until Gumza comes back.
Hello, are you still there?
I'm here. You there?
Yeah,
Back.
my internet just went crazy. Sorry about that, people. But yeah, if you missed what I said, against Aston Villa, Tottenham were horrible in the first half. Should have been 3 or 4-1 down. Ings and Watkins missed so many, and it's, do you know what I mean? We're so reactionary. We forget just because they win a game or win two or we lose one, it's the end of the world, and we need to just take time sometimes and hope. Like I said, we're hoping we get back to winning ways. But Cannons, before we go,
yeah,
let's get your starting 11 really quickly. Run through it.
Oh, okay. This is if everybody, well, obviously the people that we think are fit should be fit. I don't think anyone's coming back. So yeah, obviously I think the back five picks itself in the sense that for me it would be Cedric, obviously Ramsdale goal, Cedric right back, White, Gabriel. I'd start Tavares again, left fullback. Do you know what? I would drop Odegaard and put Elneny, Xhaka, and
Zambi.
and Lokonga in there. And then I'd go, Saka on the left, Smith Rowe in the middle, Pepe on the right.
Freaking hell.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fair enough. He's bringing the changes. I like that.
It's hard work and ball. We got to keep the ball better. We don't keep the ball well. If you look at the game against Southampton, the sloppy passes, man. Sloppy. It was ridiculous. Our passes were terrible. Simple passes. Even against Crystal Palace, our passing was so off. Yeah.
And again, this is an Arteta problem or player problem. And this is what I stand by what I say.
It's a player problem. It's a player problem, but I think there's a couple of players really for me have just gone off the ball. I know Big Dogs is probably an Odegaard fan, but I think Odegaard's he's off the ball. But the thing is that Odegaard is one of Arteta's favourites.
Yeah. I can see why, because when it clicks for him, he is a difference maker.
Yeah, but it's not been clicking, man. I'd take him out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For this game.
This is where you're with your players, because I think there's a direct correlation between his drop of form and Partey being injured. And I used to say it all the time, when Ramsey used to play, Ozil's form was never there. As soon as Wilshere or Cazorla played behind Ozil, so my argument wasn't about actually protecting Ozil. Ozil doesn't need protection. It's about getting him the ball early enough to create damage.
Yeah. So actually, but then again, I think Lokonga, Odegaard. Actually, maybe Odegaard might be a good switch. Actually,
but again, regardless of who you put in there, he's not seeing the ball quick enough because no one's good enough to. And again, I understand Lokonga, how he plays. It's the same as I think if Elneny comes in. I think with Partey can give you a bad game and still start the game after, so he can afford to risk them passes through the lines, because if he doesn't pull them off, he knows he's going to start next week. Lokonga coming in as a youngster, he does that wrong, fans are onto him straight away. So actually he's going to play safe. So that ball's going to go to Cedric rather than try and cut the line and get into Odegaard. So I think there's a direct correlation with Odegaard's form dropping with Partey coming out of the team.
Also, I think he will play Lokonga anyway, because the thing is that it's hard for him to hit the ground running. He's been out for so long. He's not played. Obviously, he had Partey and Xhaka playing for so long, and even before, I think he just has not. He's not played since like December, is it? So
no.
Yeah. I don't know. So that's my first. Oh, Mr. Silver
Fair
Fox.
Enough. Still Fox.
Yeah.
Ramsdale, White, Holding, Gabriel, Tavares.
So he's playing three at the five at the back.
The thing is, if you're going with right back, you might as well then play Cedric left back, innit? But fair enough. El Nene, Xhaka, Odegaard, ESR, Martinelli, Pepe, Saka, and Cedric need to sit out. Let's keep going to someone else's. Bench warmers are saying Ramsdale, Gabriel, Holding, White. He's gone 3 at the back. Saka, Xhaka, El Nene, Cedric, ESR, Martinelli, Pepe. That ain't too bad.
That's decent, to be fair.
That ain't too bad. That ain't too. I'm thinking that's my favorite out of the ones given
so
far.
My only issue with that is that it is playing a 3 at the back. That's for the way that Arteta plays. That's a drastic change. That's a huge change. I'm not saying
we have seen him do it before. It hasn't always worked. We've played 5 at the back in recent times. It worked at the start. Remember when he first come in and had Tierney as the left-sided centre back.
But he had Aubameyang up top.
Or hanging out on that left, and he was just causing damage. But when we then went back to it the second year, we struggled with it. We didn't create anything. So yeah, you never know against Chelsea, because again, if Chelsea go with a 5, then I think we should match them, and it'd be Reece James against Saka on that left side would be a battle and a half. I'm here for it.
That would be one sick battle.
The big dogs has gone Ramsdale, Gabriel, Holding, White, Tavares.
Holding's
Cedric.
getting a lot of play, man.
He's gone with 5. Xhaka, El Nene, Odegaard, Laka, Martinelli. 2-1 Chelsea, Havertz and Kante, and El Nene the goal scorers. I love that. Not bad. Right. Yeah, even Silver Fox is saying that everyone bringing in the solid centre back in Holding in. Finally, people are waking up. Martinelli and Pepe need to play ESR or Saka. So I think he's saying swap ESR or Saka.
Yeah.
And Big Dogs was saying in his team swap Pepe for Laka. So he'll go with Laka, Martinelli, and Odegaard. As his 3.
I'm not bringing in Laka. Full stop. I'll have him hold bench.
Yeah, maybe
if he's fit.
Eddie starts for me then, but you know I'm not much about changing. I don't know why. But
so what, is your team the team that started against Southampton?
My 11, I'm gonna take it to Twitter. That's where I'm gonna take my 11. So if you don't want to have a discussion with my 11, meet me on Twitter, and I'm gonna go there and take my 11 over there. Because otherwise we're gonna go on for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But just quickly, guys, put your predictions in the comments as well. Canners, let me get your prediction for Wednesday.
Oh shit! It's gonna be I don't know. I would like to say a 1-1. 1-1.
I like that. I like it. Me personally, I've been predicting Arsenal wins, and I've been getting absolutely slammed because we keep losing. So I'm going to go with a Chelsea win, and I'm hoping that changes the fortune. I've already binned my blue shirt because I've worn it the last 2 games and we've lost both. So I'm hoping, I'm really superstitious. So I'm hoping I can get a new superstition that works in our favour. So I'm going to go Chelsea to win 3-1. But I'm hoping I'm wrong. Prove me wrong, guys. Silver Fox is saying Chelsea 5-0. Mr. K saying 3-2.
Listen, wait. Just one thing. If that was to happen, Gumza, is his job on the line?
5-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we got to answer serious questions. Unless there was real circumstances like a red card early in the game or something like that.
No red card.
Just 11 v 11.
5-0.
5-0. Yeah, we got to start. We then have to see if the players playing for him, or are they done. DWTT saying best we can do is 1-1 draw, but I don't see it. I can't call a 4th straight loss. I can't.
Yeah.
And Bench Warmers is saying 2-0 to Chelsea. So not many are going for Arsenal. This is what happens though when you have these dips, and all of a sudden it's a game like Chelsea which bring it back.
But the thing is, this ain't just a dip. We've fallen off that ledge. Literally, man. We've fallen off the ledge.
We've gone abseiling, and I'm just hoping I'm hoping we got a little tension in the rope still, and we could just dig our feet in, and we can start climbing back up against United. So we'll take a draw in this one.
Oh, God.
Well, even with 10 men, what he said, even with 10 men, 5-0 is unacceptable. James is with me. His job's not on the line. Let's be real.
Now he's saying that
guys
from
are hoping
he's saying that from the perspective, not like
of the board.
Oh yeah, nah, you know, blah blah blah. But he's saying it from the perspective that they won't sack him.
No, they won't. They won't sack him. Yeah, I can't see it unless something goes really wrong. And again, we're not privy to what's happening in the dressing room. If it looks like he's lost the dressing room,
we'll find out on Amazon, won't we?
We will. I can't wait for that. I'll be real.
Flipping
but guys, this was meant to be a 20-minute preview, and it turned into Monday Night Therapy, which I've enjoyed every minute of it. To be fair, Canvas, like time has flown past. Comments have been amazing. Again, keep these comments coming after the stream because I will pop back in and have some conversations. I will be taking to Twitter and putting my 11 up there. So come and meet me and fight with me because Eddie and Katie is going in. I don't care what anyone tells me. So yeah, meet me over there, guys. As I said, 9:30. Well, actually, in a minute, Gunner King's going to be kicking off. So guys, if you've not got nothing to do, grab a drink, grab a quick snack, jump straight back in on the channel because Gunner King's going to be here on Gunner King Court. Tomorrow, Gunslingers. Wednesday, obviously the match live, and we're going to have a breakdown after. What am I talking about? Match review. Then we've got the preview of United. There might be another Gunner King Court with some United fans. And then obviously the match review on Saturday. It's a full action-packed week this week. Let's hope Arsenal can do something special in that. So guys, jump across 2 minutes, get a drink, go to the toilet, get some snacks. Gunner King Court tonight. See me in there as well. I'll be in the comments of that actually. See me there as well. And you'll see me on Twitter. Canners, pleasure as always. Loved every minute.
Cheers everyone in the comments.
Nice. All right. People, take care.